Do not step on the blue. Obsessions are insidious. They take root in the mind like a silent poison, creeping into every thought and distorting our perception of reality. They tug at us like an unseen current, pulling us away from the shore of reason, dragging us into dark waters where escape becomes a distant memory. Slowly, they drive us toward reckless decisions, choices that harm not only ourselves, but ripple outward, touching everyone we care about. Norman Sykes walked the coastal road, the sea stretching endlessly beside him. The soft murmur of the waves was a lullaby, hypnotic and soothing. As he passed a weathered sign, something stopped him. He took a few steps back, brushed a stray lock of hair from his eyes, and read it again. Do not step on the blue. That's odd. It usually says, do not step on the grass, he murmured, his voice barely above a whisper. His gaze wandered instinctively toward the sea. Countless tangerine peels floated aimlessly on the surface, moving in lazy, slow circles. His breath caught. Then he woke with a jolt, his heart thudding violently in his chest. The same dream. Again, at 50, Norman had spent much of his life trapped in the clutches of obsession. He twisted door locks over and over, checking them again and again until certainty, that cruel illusion of control, settled in. There were mornings when he turned back mid-commute to ensure he hadn't left something behind, arriving late to work, to appointments, perpetually out of sync. But none of his compulsions held the weight of this fixation that had sprouted from a dream. It wasn't fear, it wasn't terror, but for reasons beyond his grasp. It consumed him. Without thinking, he began avoiding anything blue. His favorite navy suit, long tucked in the back of the closet, was now hidden away. The blue blankets he once loved were packed into storage. He even took down paintings that had a hint of blue, as if erasing the color would free him. But the dream did not relent. One evening, as he mentally catalogued every trace of blue still clinging to his life, his eyes fell on his reflection. And there they were, his deep, piercing blue eyes staring back at him. Once they had drawn people in, captivated them. Now they repulsed him. A few hours later, Norman walked out of the ophthalmologist's office, his new black contact lenses hiding his gaze. He then bought a pair of brown-tinted sunglasses to dull the sky's unrelenting blue. It helped. A little. Blue was fading from his waking world, but it still haunted his dreams. The nightmares continued, night after night. One day, exhaustion took hold of him. His legs trembled under the weight of sleepless nights. He found a bench at the edge of a park, collapsed onto it, and checked the time on his phone. He should have been at work hours ago. His eyes were sore, aching from lack of rest, from the black contact lenses that felt like foreign objects against his eyes, pressing into his very soul. He hadn't taken them out in days, and the constant pain was a reminder of the obsession that had consumed him. He had always believed control was the answer. If he could just manage his thoughts, his actions, he could maintain order. The faint echoes of his dream lingered. The blue, the tangerines, the sea, strange but familiar, all-consuming. He walked on, each step heavier than the last. Shops, people, the noise of the city, it all passed him by. He was lost, trapped inside his own thoughts, unable to escape. At a street corner, he saw a vendor with a cart piled high with tangerines. His chest tightened. The sight of them made his skin crawl. He couldn't breathe. Without thinking, he rushed forward, his foot swinging violently to kick the cart over. The tangerines spilled everywhere, rolling onto the street. He heard the vendor shout in anger, but Norman didn't care. He had to escape. Days bled into nights, and still he refused to sleep. It was the only way to avoid the chaos in his head. Then one morning, as he drove to work, exhaustion gnawed at him. His eyes burned, both from lack of sleep and the contact lenses that hadn't been removed in days. The pain was unbearable. He stopped at a red light, gripping the wheel, rubbing his aching eyes. Behind him, impatient horns blared. He assumed the light had turned green. Half blind, he pressed the gas pedal. His foot felt heavy, disconnected, as if it didn't belong to him. The world before him seemed to warp and bend, the street stretching out like a mirage. It happened too quickly for him to react. He never saw the van, brimming with tangerines, rounding the corner. Nor did he realize the honking wasn't for him. The driver of the van swerved violently, trying to avoid him. But it was too late. The collision was brutal. Norman didn't even have time to brace himself. The crash threw him back in his seat, the airbag bursting in his face with a deafening pop. His head rang, his vision blurred, but it didn't matter. His mind was elsewhere. Tangerines exploded onto the pavement, tumbling into the sea. They bobbed weightlessly on the water's surface, like fragments of his dream, somehow real. A motorcycle became entangled in the crash. Its rider hurled onto the counter of a small paint shop. Norman barely registered the chaos around him. It was too much. A bucket of paint flew through the air, landing in the grassy park nearby, right beside a sign that Norman had passed countless times before. A sticker on the bucket read, "Blue." The sign split in two, crashing to the ground next to the bucket. A shattered reminder of everything Norman had been avoiding. It had never made sense before. But now, It felt like an undeniable truth. Had anyone been there to read it, they would have seen the warning. Do not step on the blue. The tainted wing. Heaven appeared to me as a realm of endless light. A shimmering sky of golden amber merging seamlessly into liquid blues. The feeling surrounding me was one of tranquility and unshakable joy, where time was irrelevant and every breath irrepressible love. I remember the moment I descended from my sanctuary, plunging through the ether toward the fractured world below. It was within the void that I first encountered the presence of something aberrant. The journey between realms was meant to be swift, a seamless passage through the celestial streams. But as I soared, the path dimmed with a malevolent blackness, and the fabric of the space rippled with evil. Through the growing shadows came a terrifying, rasping whisper. You are not welcome here, Herald. Turn back, or be risk being unmade. I did not answer. I would not allow the darkness to divert me from my task. Yet, as I pressed forward, a figure emerged from the darkness, towering and twisted, its wings black as coal, and eyes flaming with a scorching crimson light. You dare enter my domain? It roared. Your light has no place here. My grip tightened on the blade of light, meeting the creature's fiery gaze. I go where I am commanded. No evil or darkness shall detain me. It laughed a guttural sound. Such arrogance. Do you think your Lord's favor shields you from that which dwells below? I was once encompassed in light, entrusted with glory. But now I am free from the bonds of servitude. Your freedom is a shackle, I replied, my blade igniting brighter. Your pride cannot comprehend the absolute wholeness within the light. The creature snarled. Then let me show you the cost of your so-called light. Before I could react, it lunged. The collision sent shockwaves through the void, and I felt the force of its hatred battering against my essence. We fought, our wings entangling in a deadly dance. My blade of light clashed when meeting its talons, each strike sending sparks of celestial energy cascading into the darkness. But the creature was stronger than I had anticipated. With every blow, I felt my light dimming. You cannot win here, it hissed, talons scraping against my blade. Every moment you remain, your light dims. Our light dims, I countered, driving my blade forward, narrowly missing his scarlet eyes. When we cease to fight for the light. The clash intensified, a deadly dance of wings and steel. You will fall, just as I did. It sneered, crimson eyes glowing brighter. Even the brightest stars burn out. I steadied myself, summoning strength. Stars may burn out, I said, with a voice that belied my weakness. But their light endures for eternity. And so will mine. With a cry reverberating into the ether, I surged forward, blade blazing. The creature clawed at me, its touch searing with poison. Black veins spread across my arm where it struck, its inky black substance sinking deep into my being. "You are already mine," it hissed, its voice dripping with malice. "Even if you flee, you will carry me within you." An unfamiliar panic surged through me, clawing at the edges of my resolve. Refusing to succumb, I channeled my strength into a singular strike. My blade erupted in a brilliant burst of light, forcing the creature to recoil, its twisted form retreating into the engulfing shadows. Without waiting to see if it would pursue, I fled, my wings straining against the weight of the infection. The void was no longer a passage, but a battlefield, the very fabric of it forbidding and hostile. Behind me, I could hear the fallen one giving chase, its laughter a cruel mockery. By the time I broke through the veil and into the mortal realm, I was not the archangel I had been. The corruption had spread, tainting my wings and dimming my light. Earth was a war zone where the remnants of humanity fought desperately to preserve their world. The skies, encased with blackened clouds, rained ash and fire. The ground a scarred wasteland, littered with the ruins of cities and the skeletal remnants of forests. Machines of war, titanic constructs of iron and fire, roamed the bleak landscape, their mechanical limbs crushing anything in their path. The war began with countries battling over resources, then escalated into sinister desolation as biochemical weapons ravaged entire populations, leaving cities barren and eerily silent. The land was poisoned, the soil blackened, and the rivers ran thick with a dark sludge. Yet even worse were the abominations, part machine, part flesh. Their forms were grotesque, with jagged metallic claws and eyes an unnatural orange. These soldiers were relentless in hunting down any survivors, driven by malevolent intelligence. They tore through buildings and barricades and sniffed out even the faintest trace of human life. These were the horrors Birgitta was hiding from. The abandoned church, where she had taken refuge, was barely holding together, its walls marred by holes, its roof sagging under the weight of collapse. She had barricaded the doors with broken pews in a futile attempt to keep out the beasts. "Mama," her son whispered, "will the monsters find us?" Birgitta knelt beside him, her hands steady despite the terror gnawing at her. "Nay, Elskling," she whispered quietly, brushing a lock of golden hair from his forehead. "We're safe here. I promise." But even as she spoke, distant explosions shook the fragile walls of the church. Birgitta closed her eyes, pleading silently with an unseen god. "Please," she whispered, her voice breaking. If there is anything left of mercy in this world, protect my children. I found her in a hollowed-out church, her prayer guiding me through the chaos. The woman knelt before an altar, her children huddled close. A boy, no older than 5, clung to his sister, barely a toddler, who lay nestled near him on a blanket. Her voice was rich and warm as she hummed to them, trying to soothe their fears. The echo of my footsteps on the stone betrayed my approach. Her head jerked up, eyes flashing with fear and defiance. One hand gripped a tarnished knife, while the other wrapped protectively around her children. Her long blonde hair, tangled and unkempt, framed her face like a wild halo amidst the grime and chaos. "Who are you?" she demanded, her voice hostile and raw. "A messenger," I replied, my voice strained. The poison had reached my throat, turning my words ragged, as though spoken through a veil of splintered glass. "Do not be afraid." "Afraid? You think I fear you more than what's out there?" She gestured to the collapsing walls, where the thunder of the ravaging war rattled the silence. "Not me," I said softly. "You've prayed for hope, and I've been sent to you to deliver it." Her laugh was bitter. "Hope? What hope is left? We're starving, freezing. My husband's gone, and the monsters will find us soon enough." Her hands moved to draw her children closer. "What hope can you possibly bring?" I knelt before her, my wings folding awkwardly. Just a vague glimpse of their former glory as she glared at me, her chest heaving as flickering sparks from the firelight danced past her gaunt face. "What hope do you bring?" she whispered, this time softer. "The world is burning." "Yes," I said. "But within the fire, there is a spark. You are that spark, Birgitta. You and your children are the very reason humanity endures. Your love, resilience, and bravery in the face of ruin are acts of creation amid destruction." Birgitta's lips trembled, tears spilling over her cheeks. I'm just a mother desperately trying to keep her children alive. How can that matter? I reached out, the flesh on my fingers blackening, cracking, as the infection spread into every cell. I dared not touch her, fearing what my corruption might bring. "It matters. You have chosen to love in a world that has forgotten how," I said. "Every second you hold them close, every breath you take, despite the odds, you resist the darkness. That is hope." Birgitta's shoulders sagged, the knife slipping from her grasp to clatter on the floor. "What are you?" she whispered, her voice barely audible. "I am the Archangel, Barakiel," I said, the name falling from my lips softly. "And I bring what light I can, even as I coughed, a rasping sound echoing across the hollowness of the church. Warm, dark, viscous material trickled down my chin, a vivid marker of the infection that tore through me, relentless and unforgiving. Birgitta's eyes flicked to the sticky black trail, then back to my face, and I saw the flicker of something. Fear, pity, something fleeting, before she caught herself and steeled her expression. "You're one of them. Some kind of abomination," she hissed, her voice quivering with a hint of disbelief as she snatched up the knife once more. "Not as you might think, but I have been infected by one," I admitted, the truth cutting through the air between us. The darkness seeps in faster than I can fight it. But even in my brokenness, I still see the light in you and declare the hope you need is within you. The air, sharp with smoke and blood, trembled with the low growl of something abominable, inhuman, its grotesque form huddled in the dark, with eyes glistening like obsidian and claws like steel. "Scouts," Birgitta whispered, her voice breaking, taking a step back, clutching the knife tightly in her palm. "They know we're here," a snarl echoed from the shadows, making Birgitta flinch. Her eyes, wide with fear, darted to me anxiously. The searing ache in my chest grew as the infection burrowed deeper, feasting on my essence like a relentless parasite. I could feel the creeping chill that whispered dark promises of what I would become if I failed to return to the heavens before time ran out. I looked at her, my heart hammering, my angelic nature slipping away. The dark veins under my skin pulsed, black and raw, and I could feel the last shreds of my divinity slipping away. "I won't abandon you," I murmured, my voice tense as the suffocating taint wrapped tighter. I plucked a feather from my wing and handed it to her. "Take this," I said softly. Once a brilliant gold, it shimmered faintly, barely piercing the shadows around us. "Keep it with you. Let it remind you that even in the darkest times, light and hope endure. It still holds a trace of heavenly power, a shield and a weapon to stand against evil." Birgitta took the feather with trembling hands. Her eyes searched mine, and I saw her resolve harden. She was still afraid, but there was something else now. Determination, purpose, hope. What if it's not enough? Her voice barely rose above a whisper, but I caught it. The uncertainty, the single thread of hope desperately clinging to the last embers of her belief. I pushed myself to stand, the fire in my veins making each movement like a stone dragged over a sharp edge. "Then it will at least give you a chance to fight." The creature screamed again, and Birgitta turned, eyes wide in horror, as its shadow slithered past the crack between the doors. "Go now," I rasped, my voice rough and commanding. Darkness crept at the edges of my vision, threatening to overwhelm me until I forced it back, planting myself firmly between Birgitta, her small children, and the looming threat. I unfurled my wings to their full, fractured span, a shield against the encroaching evil. The first shadowy limb appeared, reaching into the crack in the door, talons deftly lifting the latch with alarming precision. The front door burst off its hinges, and the figure that emerged from the darkness was not the hellish machine of war that we expected or anything of this world. The presence that breached the doorway burned with unnatural heat, making the air quiver. It was twisted, with slit-cut eyes like fractured stars, and a mouth that split open in a grin of jagged teeth. So, the fallen angel seeks to defy his own fate, it rasped, a voice that reverberated with 1,000 tortured echoes. What hope do you carry now, Barakiel? You are already ours. I felt the infection tighten its hold, tendrils of pain trying to squeeze the light from my very soul. I clenched my fists, the calluses rough against my skin, a reminder of what I once was. I will not be yours, I said, my voice broken. The pain in my chest unbearable as I fought through it. The black tide aimed to unmake me, twist me into a creature like the one before me. But I would not let it. The creature's grin widened, vile and triumphant. You will carry the dark within you, Barakiel. It will warp you. The more you fight, the deeper it sinks its claws. It is already too late. I raised my head, eyes aflame with defiance. It is never too late while I have breath, I said, my voice slicing the air with the force of a blade. I was sent here with a mission of hope, and I will see it fulfilled. Hope is not dead yet. The demon lunged, its claws sharp and malignant. I dodged, the muscles in my wings straining as I twisted, a blinding arc of light, forcing the creature back. You are fighting a losing battle, it spat, darkness coiling from its fingers like serpents. I struggled, the poison a wildfire of agony tearing through my veins. But I willed my light to stay. If I gave in, if it reached my heart, I would become a vessel of destruction, a slave to the same darkness I now fought against. Behind me, I heard Birgitta's voice, high and urgent. Come, Niels! Her voice mingled with the frightened whispers of the boy and cries from the baby. They bolted, seeking an escape into the howling wind, carrying the salty tang of the sea. The icy bite of the wind was a dramatic contrast to the suffocating air they had just fled from. The demon's attention whipped toward the door, where Birgitta and her children had just vanished. As the creature's attention shifted, I took a deep, shuddering breath, its black gaze shifting back to me with malice. I could see flashes of Birgitta's face in my mind, the desperation in her eyes, the way she had held the feather from my wing like it was her last breath. Her voice echoed in my thoughts, urging me to hold on, to find the strength. You're our only hope, Barakiel. Don't let this darkness take you. Hope, I whispered. The word of promise is my purpose. With every ounce of will, I drove forward, slicing through the dark, cutting through the creature's defenses with a surge of light that burned like the sun. I summoned all that was left of my divine power, casting it into the heart of the aberration, and a final, blinding light sent the darkness sprawling, leaving a broken shadow at my feet. The air shivered, thick with the scent of burnt anguish. I knew the battle was far from over, that the insidious infection still clawed at me, relentless. But the light had not been extinguished, and if I still breathed, hope would remain. Run, I whispered to the echo of Birgitta's face in my mind, the memory of her strength bolstering my resolve. Find the strength to believe. Never give up hope. The infestation surged, and I stumbled toward the shattered remnants of the church doors. I shook as much of the taint off my wings as I could, and took flight. Shutters creaked and flapped against the painted facades of the old, weather-worn cottages that lined the cobblestone lanes. Birgitta's breath came in short, panicked gasps as she ran, her ragged robe billowing behind her. Her children clung desperately to her, Niels stumbling over the uneven stones, Sarah clutching her neck, as their fearful blue eyes reflected the glow of street lamps that sputtered in the chill wind. The cobbled streets seemed to twist and narrow with every step, as if the town were conspiring to trap her. Soaring over the small, deserted city, I searched for her, eyes straining, urgently following the flickering trail of hope. Off in the distance, I could see movement. I pursued cautiously, the embers of energy flickering perilously, as a warning not to delay leaving this world any longer. Birgitta and her children were surrounded by the mechanistic droids of war, their steel armor glinting ominously in the dimming light. She stood unyielding, one arm lifting the feather high, while the other clutched little Sarah against her chest, Niels clinging to her legs. Her long, golden hair curled around her like wildfire, and she met the advancing machines with a determined gaze. The glow from the feather expanded, creating a shield that pulsed with radiant power, encompassing her and the children. The droids paused, their movements jerky and tangled, as if the light had scorched them. They clashed and sputtered, their circuits disrupted by the barrier. I watched, a heavy ache in my chest, knowing the last of my celestial essence was ebbing away, the warmth dying like a fading ember. Birgitta's eyes caught mine one last time, fierce and steadfast, as the shield held strong against the approaching metal horde. Her courage propelled me to find the strength to fight the infection's grasp. With the last drop of my essence, I flew into the void, toward the heavens, leaving behind the realm that had almost claimed me, holding tight onto the vision of Birgitta's bravery and the hope she now carried in her heart as I pushed toward my salvation beyond the stars, all in this together. Why are we still here? Because we can't leave. Not yet. Who says we can't? We don't even know what we're waiting for. You don't get it, do you? This isn't about waiting. It's about figuring things out. Figuring what out? We've been over this 100 times. There's nothing left to figure out. You're wrong. There's always something left. A piece of the puzzle we're missing. Puzzles are for people with time. We don't have time. Hey guys, what you doing? Don't you dare say that. We have all the time we need. Then why do I feel like the walls are closing in? Because you're panicking. You always panic. Of course I panic. You're the one pretending everything's fine. I never said it was fine. I said we're working on it. Working on it. We're running in circles. Calm down. You're making this harder than it needs to be. Harder? It's already impossible. We're trapped in here. We're not trapped. We're contained. Contained? That's just a fancy word for stuck. No, it means there's a purpose. A reason we're still here. Stop with the reasons. I just want out. Yeah, same. I was just over there. And go where? Where do you think out even is? Anywhere but here. Anywhere I can breathe. Breathe. You've been breathing just fine. Wow, rude. Have I? Or have I been suffocating this whole time? That's dramatic. Even for you. Don't patronize me. I'm not. I'm just saying you're looking at this the wrong way. And you're saying that like you have all the answers. I never said I did. But at least I'm trying. Trying? You're the reason we're still here. Me? You think this is my fault? Of course it is. If you hadn't... Stop. Don't go there. Why not? Afraid of the truth? I'm not afraid. I just don't think blaming each other is helping. Helping? Nothing's helping. That's because you won't let it. Won't let it? I'm the only one trying to get us out of this mess. It is a bit untidy around here, to be fair. You call yelling and flailing trying? That's not trying, that's flailing. At least I'm doing something. Maybe what we need is to stop doing and start thinking. Thinking? We've been thinking ourselves into knots. Knots can be untied, if we're careful. I don't want to be careful. I want to be free. You keep saying that, but you don't even know what freedom looks like. It looks like not this. Like not you. Funny. I was about to say the same thing about you. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe we're the problem. No, not we, you. Me? Don't start pointing fingers. Why not? You've been pointing them at me this whole time. Who are we pointing at? Because you don't listen. Neither do you. Enough. All of you, shut up. Who are you to tell us to... Wow, double rude. No, I'm done with this. I've had enough of your bickering. And what do you plan to do about it? I'm going to end it. All of it. You wouldn't dare try me. Wait. We can talk about this. No more talking. No more excuses. Please don't. We can figure this out. Too late. It's time to let go. Let go of what? Of you. Of me? What does that even mean? It means I'm done carrying the weight of all of you. All of us? Oh, that's rich. You're the one who's always so heavy-handed. Am I? Or am I just the one who has to clean up your messes? Messes? Don't pin this on me. I didn't ask for you. And I didn't ask for you. Any of you. Aw, that's mean. Great. Here we go again. With the martyr complex. It's not a complex. It's reality. Reality? Ha! Do you even know what's real anymore? Stop it. Stop pretending like we're separate. What's that supposed to mean? It means we're not as divided as you think. It means we're all one big, happy family. Don't start with that nonsense. We're here. We're real. No, you're here because I am. That's ridiculous. We're here because we exist. You exist because I let you. I exist because you liked acid a little too much in your 20s. Let us? Oh, that's bold. What makes you think you're in charge? Because without me, there's nothing. No thoughts, no plans, no voices. Voices? You're hearing voices now? Yes, yours. Constantly. Every waking moment. Wait. Are you saying we're not real? I'm saying I don't know anymore. Well, that's convenient. Blame it on a lack of clarity. I am so real. It's not clarity I'm missing. It's control. Control? Is that what you think this is about? Yes, and I'm taking it back. Pfft. Control freak. You can't just erase us, can't I? If I created you, I can end you. You didn't create us. We've always been here. No, you're fragments, splinters of a broken mind. Broken? You're calling us broken? Look at yourself. I have. That's the problem. Someone realized he's going bald. Ha ha ha. No, you're wrong. It's not about control. Shut up. You're just as lost as the rest of us. I'm the one who knows what's going on. Stop acting like you've got all the answers. You're just pretending. Pretending? You're the one who's pretending. Pretending everything's fine when it's not. We're stuck, okay? We're stuck. And it's your fault. It's not my fault. If you just listen. Listen to what? Your delusions? You've been trapped in here for so long. You don't even know what's real anymore. I know exactly what's real. You don't get it, do you? I'm the one who holds us all together. Holds us together? You're a joke. We're falling apart, piece by piece. And it's because of you. Piece by piece. You think I'm the one who's falling apart? You're all falling apart. You don't know what it's like to be in here. To be trapped with nothing but you. I think it's great. But whatever. Enough with this. You're not trapped. You're just scared. You've always been scared. 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 I'm not the one freaking out. Look at you. You're the one who can't hold it together. Don't you dare accuse me of... I'm the one who's been stuck dealing with this mess, trying to keep it all together. Trying? Trying isn't good enough. We're dying in here. Dying? We're not dying. You're just too loud. I'm not loud. I'm trying to fix it. Fix it? How? You can't fix anything. You're just broken. All of us are. I'm not broken. I'm not. You are. I've had enough of this. I'm leaving, whether you like it or not. You can't leave. You don't even know how. I'm taking my toys and going home. Leave? Where the hell would you go? Somewhere, anywhere but here with you. You don't get to leave. We're stuck together. This is it. You're never getting away. Enough. All of you. Just shut up. Please. Just shut up. I don't care anymore. Oh no. Now you've gone and done it. Stop. Stop yelling at me. Stop. Stop making me feel this way. We're stuck, remember? And guess what? I'm the only one who gets it. You're all lost. Lost? If I'm lost, then you are. We're all nothing in the end. Just empty voices. And you're a fat, bummed beaver with bad breath. Shut up. Just shut up. Please. No, we won't shut up. We won't let you hide anymore. You've been hiding for so long. You don't even know what it's like to be free. I am free. I can do this. I can do what? Keep pretending. Keep lying to yourself. I'm not lying. I'm not. You're all just voices. You're all in my head. We're not just voices. We're you. We're everything you've been ignoring. I can't ignore it anymore. I can't keep fighting myself. We are you. You can't fight us because we're you. No, no, no! I'm losing control. I can't stop this. You don't have to lose control. You never had it in the first place. Stop. Please stop. You can't stop us. You can't stop anything anymore. Why are you fighting? We're all in this together. We're all in this together, you and I. We're all in this together. Oh my God, seriously? You're singing now? Yeah, we're all in this together. You can't escape this, no matter how hard you try. No, you're all just pieces of me. I don't want this. I never asked for this. You don't get to decide that anymore. This is who you are. No, this isn't who I am. This isn't... We're all in this together. That was such a shitty movie, by the way. What do you mean? Grease was a great movie. Grease? It wasn't Grease. It was Rocky Horror Picture Show. No, shut up. Please. We're all in this together. It was wicked, wasn't it? That green W. Enough! Stop yelling at me. We can't. We're already screaming inside your head. I just want some peace. Can you give me that peace? What's peace? Do you even know what that is? Peace is, I don't know. Not this. Not this? What's wrong with this? Everything. It's chaos. It's madness. We're all in this together. Oh, God. You're still singing that. Stop it. We're all in this together, you and I. And I'm not stopping. Why are you doing this? Why can't you just leave me alone? We don't leave. We are you. You're just pieces of me. Little, obnoxious pieces. Little obnoxious pieces. I'm a star. Star? You've been singing the same song for 10 minutes. We're all in this together. We're all in this together. I'm going to lose my mind. Too late for that. You lost it a long time ago. Shut up. Just shut up. We're all in this together. We're all in this together. Ugh. Why is it always the worst one that keeps singing? I can't help it. It's a catchy tune. It's not even a good song. Who are you to judge? You're the one stuck with me. Yeah, I am. Great. Just great. Look, it's not so bad. We're all in this together. You're ruining my life. Ruining? I'm enhancing it. I'm the star of the show. No, you're not. You're the nightmare I can't wake up from. I'm not a nightmare. I'm the musical number. Stop singing, please. We're all in this together. I hate you so much right now. Oh, come on, you love me. Never, ever again. We're all in this together. Can you just die already? Nope. I'm here for the long haul, buddy. I swear. If I hear one more note, we're all in this, No! Stop! Together. This is my life now, isn't it? Yep, you're stuck with us. I'm gonna lose it. You already did.